That's my shit, my throwback tune right there, my nigga Snoop Dogg featuring R. Kelly. That's that shiz. Now, it's Throwback Thursday again. How you guys doing today? Yep, you guys can see in the title down below. We're gonna be listening to Dot Rotten, Talkin the Hardest. This has been requested beforehand. So yeah, all these requests have been on the list. Trust me, I don't know every song that I have requested, but when I go through my stuff, I'll be like, okay, I'll do this one, I'll do this one. I check the likes, I check the requests, I check the amounts. It's not like I have all the lists in my head. Yo, it's a huge ass list. Trust me, it's gonna take me a 525,600 minutes. We're gonna be listening to Dot Rotten, Talkin the Hardest. If you haven't seen this yet, the link's in the description down below. If you don't know what Talkin the Hardest is, it's a gigs track. You have to know what that is. I'm not even gonna explain it. I'm not even gonna put the song here right now.
If you're talking
So yeah, we're gonna be checking this out and let's see what it's about. I know Dot Rotten has some freaking fire, man. Too bad he's not rapping anymore.
Right now Giggs is holding down the rap game, innit? I'm holding down the grime game. Dot Rotten, R.I.P. Young Dot out now in all good record shops nationwide. Are you mad? If you ain't heard about me, you must be nuts. I did the damn work. If you're talking the hardest and rotten, don't come up in your force, you're retarded. I've got bars hotter than the source of Bahamas. There's every enemies that are war and are rotted. I only respect the portion of artists. The rest can never bring war to the masters. Truthfully, they get more than an arse kick. If I bring out the war of disasters, will occur, so are you sure you can start it? I won't stand for supporting your garbage. Some are rhyming about holding the sticks and some are shining, but I ain't solar eclipse. They're like quick, them bricks got caught in the darkness. I would get violent if I get blocked by that trident. I put a 4-4 to a sergeant. I'll give the boy them a caution regardless. I'll start assaulting a bastard. Make sure you're sure that you blast it. I ain't get stitched from an fit beneath the floorboards of your snoring alarm. And some niggas they love ignoring the smarties. Two feds come to the door boring apartments, talking about some warrant for Jarvis. You idiot, I told you. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. Anyways, for those who don't know, it's the OT, basically grand G.O.D. A lot of guys don't wanna see me whole P. 20 years don't meet me, a real OG. Now friends on the leech, when you hear this, your whole team will know about it by the end of the week. I'm penned with a speech, I'm spending life behind bars, but no one sentencing me. Believe I hate talking to enemies, it's like producing a beat while forcing a melody. I killed young Dot and took a walk in the cemetery, trapped to my thoughts so I'll never be free. Mine a soul haunted by memories of these resorting to felonies, getting beat. I might look physically weak, but no, I'm mentally strong with no therapy. I'm at war myself, trying to suppress my negative energy. Anything necessary to get myself out this territory. There's obstacles the size of Mount Everest, but I can't ever slip my life, I can't get a grip. I'm 10 steps ahead of these MCs. Me, myself, no veterans sent me. I'm something like amphetamines deadly. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. At the end of the day, I'm riding on his 14 like a Viking, perfecting time and flow. All these guys dislike I'm a rhyming, cause on the sub low I'm shining, mine and soul. They start like a violent crow, they wanna murder but they can't find him though. You can get down for when you speak on a beat, for less than under a G. You can get left to resting under the sea. In the worst way, you can swim with a fish like a mermaid. In a clash if you win, that's a wish that came true. I hate fake dudes, giving first aid after I'm done with them, there's no work rate. I get spitting like Weezy on a beat. If I made a rhythm it needs me on a beat. If it's beef for streets on road then I first name. My bars are so weighty, when I spit they hate me, cause lately I'm bringing earthquakes. And half the road ladies when I bring my baby, it's crazy, that's on the first date. But I can't fall into the trap, I'm trying to settle down. If it's war we bring the metal round. Put a bigger man in this place like yo settle now. Good attack to let the beat get to you. You go to war with a blank teeth replica. You wanna shank me, plan A didn't work, that's a whack plan B. When I plan C, always close to plan G. Overstand me, I got away with words. Fuck off's one of my favourite verbs. You should do that, I stick my middle finger up in the world like Tupac. Fuck that, I stick you up like blue tack. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest borrowers reporting. This all begun with a bar thing, on top of him spitting hard like I'm starving. Laughing while look now they're wondering, asking who's this MC from London and Harsing. Some reply one of the hardest, some deny, say that I'm something like Carcass. But no, I am not one of them borrowers. But I did out, I'm high grade, something like skunk and I'm marking. When guns to my sparking, you won't fight for your life, you'd rather jump in a casket. See, it's all fun when you're parsing. Till reality comes and enemies come to your margin. Hold to the guns that are carving. Real talk come from a dungeon of darkness. With a flip knife found under your heart is family, your life's a jungle, I'm Tarzan. Sometimes I feel like I'm rising alone. Born on my own, so I die on my own. I ain't gonna lie to the public, I will call mad for enemies try to oppose. Back in the days I was moving slow, key, but now I stay light on my toes. Cause I can't stand with the average bystander. Starts off it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest bars reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest bars reporting. If it's the hardest you're talking, I'll be one of the hardest bars reporting. Dot rotten, one of the hardest bars. Say no more.
Yo, Dot Rotten, shit. Like, this dude's right. His bars are hard as shit, man. Like, if you guys don't know who Dot Rotten is, because I recently learned that his name was changed. Well, his name wasn't changed, but he's now called Zeph Ellis. He's now goes by Zeph Ellis. Dot Rotten is Zeph Ellis. I got that. You guys told me that in the last video, and I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Okay, I get it now. So it's Zeph Ellis, Dot Rotten is Zeph Ellis. This shit was freaking fire, like freaking crazy, yo. It started off like, I knew it was talking the hardest, but I thought he was gonna just rap on the original beat. But this nigga chopped it up and murked the beat and made it faster tempo. He made it into a really grimy type of beat, man. He freaking murked it, yo. His flow was crazy on it. Now, from what I heard, he sounded like he said he was 20 at the time. When you're talking the hardest, I guess he was young, so people weren't giving him the respect that he deserved. But this nigga murked it on this track. Being that kind of age and spitting like that, I think he was 20. I think he is. If he was 20 at the time, even though 20 isn't that young, well, it is young, I guess, for older guys, but for me, it's not, because I just left that age 2 years ago. But yeah, man, spitting like that. Make sure you guys want to check this out. The link's in the description down below. And I think he also produced the beat himself too. Now, I think from what I learned, he's producing like a lot of beats, and he also sent me a link of some of the beats that he produced with like artists on it. So yeah, go and check out Zeph Ellis, man. He put some great freaking. This dude can make a beat. My favorite beat is Petro Bomb from him. I think he made that beat. Dot Rotten Petro Bomb. That shit. The same beat that Kano used on his Garage Skank is that one. Yeah, man. Freaking madness. Make sure you guys are going to check this one out. The link's in the description down below. This Throwback Thursday. Leave your throwback songs down in the description. Now, I see that Dot Rotten has been around for a while, and he's, yeah, killing it, dude. Killing it with that shit, dog. Flow is crazy. Yeah, it's 2 Blunt TV. I'm out.